Hello friends, welcome back to another video. We are here in Vancouver, and if you have 2 days to spend in this beautiful city, here's exactly how to do it. We start day one by heading to the English Bay neighborhood and a visit to Café Portrait. This is a super cozy family-owned cafe that's as much art gallery as it is a breakfast spot. And all the portraits on the walls are painted by the owner's father. But we came specifically to try their traditional Turkish coffee, brewed over hot sand. It was delicious. Our breakfast was great too. Chris had the shakshuka, and I enjoyed Turkish eggs with sausage and that warm garlic yogurt. Great spot. Fueled up, we traded caffeine for cardio and rented bikes using Vancouver's Mobi bike share program. It's quick and easy. You just download the app, pick up your bike at any of the docking stations around town, and ride away. We did this because for about 2 hours, we cruised along the famous Vancouver Seawall, and I think no visit to Vancouver is complete without doing this. The Seawall circles Stanley Park, which is a 1,000-acre park with beaches and towering fir and cedar forests, indigenous landmarks, and sweeping views of the city, mountains, and ocean. But if you don't want to bike it, you can also hike or walk the trails throughout the park as well. We ended our bike ride kind of back where we started at English Bay at the Sylvia Hotel, a relic from the early 1900s with a great patio that looks out over Sunset Beach. It was the perfect place to relax with a drink and take in the views. And for a bit of a late lunch, we found a great spot called Lucky Sushi Co, which we had spotted earlier that day because it was just down the street from Café Portrait. It's a retro-inspired izakaya and casual spot for sushi, and it has a stunning view of English Bay, so try to snag a window spot. And the menu had lots of unique items for something different.
Did it work? Oh no, it's recording. Oops. Professional.
It was going to be a beautiful evening, so after biking around town, we decided to upgrade our ride to a 50-foot yacht. First, we took a little water taxi to head to the departure point for our evening sunset cruise. I found this through Get Your Guide, and as soon as I saw that it was adults only and a group size of up to only 9 people and a drink included, I had to book it. We sailed past Granville Island, out through English Bay, and along the edges of Stanley Park. We had the skyline on one side, the mountains on the other. It was the perfect way to enjoy the sunset. It kind of felt like we accidentally joined someone's rich uncle's boat trip. It was super cool, so if you want to enjoy a chill evening, I'll leave a link to the tour that we booked. We're here at Rodney's Oyster House, which is just around the corner from the Opus Hotel. And we're here to try the best of British Columbia, which is West Coast oysters and some wine. If you're ever in Vancouver or British Columbia, you need to try the wine because very little of it gets exported. So if you like a good Sauv Blanc or Pinot Gris, you need to try it. This place is a must visit for seafood lovers. Our home base for this trip was the Opus Hotel in the Yaletown neighborhood, a boutique spot that had pretty good reviews, and after 3 nights here, we would absolutely stay again.
Purple.
We were welcomed with a glass of sparkling wine at check-in, and that was just the start of how great we thought this hotel was. Our room was compact, but it was thoughtful. The bed was cloud-level cozy. I loved the bold splash of purple, and it had a great bathroom. It had this massive window, so the room felt big and airy with all the natural light coming in. There were heated floors and a rain shower head that actually had pressure. And the location couldn't be better. It was across the street from the subway station, which gets you to the airport in 20 minutes. And you're surrounded by dozens of great restaurants and cafes. One thing about hotels in Vancouver, though, is that they are expensive. So I recommend booking as early as you can and shopping around for the best deals. I like using Booking or Plan-In for the best price, which is how we found this hotel. If you want to book this spot, I'll leave links below, or you can scan the QR code. To start day 2, many travel guides will tell you to visit the Capilano Suspension Bridge, one of Vancouver's most famous attractions. It's 230 feet above the river, swaying between rainforest treetops. It's very cool, no question. And I do think it's worth doing once. But I don't love heights or crowds, so we gave it a pass this time. If you're fine with both, though, go early for the best experience, or better yet, check out the suspension bridge at Lynn Canyon instead. No trip to Vancouver is complete without a visit to Granville Island. Of course, the best way to get there is on one of the fun water taxis.
I do that regularly. Yeah, the mini wheel.
I love these.
So much fun.
Here at Granville Island, it's part artist colony, part market, part foodie Disneyland. Inside, you'll find stalls overflowing with local crafts and homemade goods and jewelry, and about a million things to snack on. I can never pass by local handmade soap, and we snacked on artisan pickles and maple candied salmon. We even found a nice spot to try small batch sake made from locally grown rice. Around the island, there are buskers and live music, galleries, shops, restaurants, and cafes to discover. It's definitely an easy way to spend an entire afternoon. I will say it gets pretty busy and it can kind of be overwhelming because you don't want to miss all the cool spots. So there are a couple of local tours that will show you around and kind of get you VIP access to some of the stalls and a lot of tasting. So I'll leave a link to one of those great tours below. After grazing our way through the market, it was time to swap the food stalls for more of Vancouver's scenery. We actually had a seaplane tour booked, but the weather wasn't cooperating, so we'll have to do it next time. But either way, it's still fun to hang out at Cole Harbour to watch the planes take off and land along the waterfront. If you're lucky enough to get a sunny day, this would be such a cool way to see the skyline and the mountains and the ocean all in one shot. So I'll leave a link to the tour that we had planned because it's definitely something I'd love to do on my next visit. That afternoon, we wandered into Gastown, Vancouver's oldest neighborhood. There's brick buildings, narrow alleyways, and the famous steam clock that hisses on the corner. But we had a specific mission in mind: Casa de Nata, a tiny cafe serving Portuguese custard tarts. I've been chasing these since my visit to Portugal last year, and these were dangerously good. I would say this is going to be almost as close as you'll get without actually crossing the Atlantic. I will say Gastown's a bit rougher around the edges these days, but the food scene makes it worth exploring, whether you join a walking food tour or pop into a bar or a patio for a drink or just sit back and people watch. By the way, if you want to check out all the places that we visited in this video, I've got them all written down on my blog post, so you can check that itinerary. Plus, I have a few extra details and things for you there as well. So I'll leave that linked below, or you can scan the QR code. Vancouver is one of the most sushi-crazed cities in the world, so if you're a fan, you will be spoiled with choices. I'll let you fight it out in the comments about where the best spot is, but we ended up at Sushi Maro just across from our hotel, and we loved it. No matter where you end up for sushi though, try the BC roll if it's on the menu. It's made with barbecued salmon skin, cucumber, and a sweet sauce rolled up uramaki style, and it's delicious. I hope you enjoyed our mini tour of Vancouver. If you have a little more time in the area or if you're headed there next, we have a great video about visiting Victoria on Vancouver Island, which is where we also did some whale watching. So I've got a couple great videos. I'll leave those linked below for you to watch next. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.